Om Shanti, Baba Saakar Murali, 2nd of August 2021. Essence. Sweet children, just as the Father uplifts those who defame him, you have to follow the Father in the same way. Be bestowers of happiness and continue to forget your bodies. Question. What are the main signs of children who remain soul-conscious? Answer. 1. They will have a lot of spiritual love for one another. 2. They will never speak about weaknesses. 3. They will give a lot of happiness to others. 4. Their happiness will never disappear. They will always stay in limitless happiness. 5. They will never come into conflict. 6. With the awareness of all souls being brothers, they will have the awareness of picking up virtues. They will see everyone's virtues. They will be virtuous themselves and also make others virtuous. 7. They will not remember anyone except the one Father. Om Shanti. All of you children are personally sitting in front of the highest on high, the unlimited Father. You are so fortunate that you have found such a Father. You have come to the Father, the ocean of knowledge, to fill your aprons with the jewels of knowledge and to earn an income. The Father is taking you, sweetest children, so high. The Father only sees you children. He doesn't need to remember anyone. This one's soul, brackets Brahma Baba, has to remember the Father. The Father says, both of us only see you children. I, this soul, do not have to see everything as a detached observer, but I also see everything in the same way in the Father's company. I do stay with the Father, do I not? I am his child, and so I see everything with him. I tour around as a master of the world, as though I am doing this. I give drishti. Everything, including the body, has to be forgotten. Otherwise, it is as though the Father and the child become one. The Father explains, sweet children, make a lot of effort. Just as the Father uplifts those who defame him, so you children have to follow him in the same way. Become bestowers of happiness. Never fight or quarrel among yourselves. Consider yourselves to be souls and continue to forget those bodies. Do not remember anyone except the one Father. This is also like the stage of death, of dying alive. It is as though you have died to this world. It is said, when you die, the world is dead to you, You have to die alive here, so continue to remove the awareness of your bodies. Sit in solitude and continue to practice this. Sit in solitude in the morning and talk to yourself. Remember the Father with a lot of enthusiasm. Baba, I am now coming into your lap. Let the body end in remembrance of the One. This is known as solitude. While remembering the Father, the body, that is, this skin, will be shed. You know that this old world and old bodies are to be finished. There is just a little time of the confluence age to make effort. Children ask, Baba, until when will this study continue? Baba says, until the deity kingdom is established, I will continue to speak knowledge, and you will then be transferred to the new world. These are old bodies, and so there will continue to be one or another suffering of karma. Do not expect Baba to help you in this. If you become bankrupt or fall ill, the Father will say, that is your karmic account. However, yes, with yoga your lifespan will increase. Make effort, but do not ask for mercy. The more you remember the Father, the more benefit there is in it. As much as possible, do everything with the power of yoga. On the path of devotion, people sing, "Hide me in your eyes." Someone who is loved is referred to as jewel of the eyes or loved more than life. This Father is the most beloved, but he is incognito. Love for him should be such, don't even ask. The Father hides his children in his eyes. The eyes are not the physical eyes, but refer to the intellect. The most beloved incorporeal Father is teaching us. He is the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of happiness, and the ocean of love. There should be so much love for such a most beloved Father. He does so much altruistic service of the children. He makes you children become like diamonds. Baba is so sweet. He is so egoless and serves you children, and so you children also have to serve with so much love. You have to follow Srimad. If you follow your own dictates, you will cross out your fortune. You children must have a lot of spiritual love for one another. However, because of being body conscious, there isn't that much love for one another. You continue to find defects in one another. This one is like this, that one is doing this. When you were soul conscious, you didn't find defects in anyone. You had a lot of love for one another. You now have to imbibe that stage. Earlier, you were so sweet. So, now become just as sweet and constantly be bestowers of happiness. By becoming body conscious, you have caused sorrow, and so your spiritual happiness has disappeared. Your lives have become shorter. The Father has now come to make you Satopradhan and to make you into constant bestowers of happiness. The more you remember the Father, the more the defects will be removed. Any discrimination will also finish. Firmly remember, we are brothers. By seeing yourselves as brothers, you will always see virtues. Try to make everyone virtuous. Renounce defects and imbibe virtues. Never defame anyone. Some have such defects in them that they are unable to understand themselves and think themselves to be very good, but because of having defects, they say bad words somewhere or other. Such things do not happen in a Satopradhan stage. Look at yourselves to see how sweet you have become and how much love you have for the Father. Have such love for the Father that you absolutely cling to him. Baba, you are making us so elevated and sensible. You are making us into the masters of heaven. By singing the Father's praise in this way, you should bubble up inside. Maintain your spiritual happiness. It is sung, there is no nourishment like that of happiness. Let there be so much happiness of meeting the Father. At the confluence age, you children receive such nourishment that you stay constantly happy for 21 births, and there is nothing for anyone to worry about. There are now so many worries, and this is why it affects everyone's bodies. You do not have anything to worry about. Continue to feed one another this nourishment of happiness. Offer this great hospitality to one another. People cannot offer such hospitality to others. You are offering this hospitality on the basis of the Father's Srimad. To ask others about their welfare is also to give them the Father's introduction. This is first-class wonderful nourishment of knowledge and yoga, and you only receive it from the one spiritual surgeon. Manmanabhav and Madhyajibhav, that's all. These two versions are nourishment. You receive the sovereignty of the world from the most beloved Father. This is not a small thing. These two versions are very well known. With these two versions, you become ever healthy and ever wealthy. You children have to churn these things and remain cheerful. The praise, godly student life is the best, is of the present time. As much as possible, enable this spiritual nourishment to reach others, and enable one another to make progress, and do not waste your time. Remember the Father with great patience, maturity, sincerity, and understanding. Make your life like a diamond. Sweet children, you mustn't be careless with the Srimad you receive from the Father. Give the Father's message to everyone. Everyone is going to receive the Father's message. The message is very easy. Simply say, consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father, and do not have any bad thoughts, words, or deeds with your physical senses. One day your power of silence will be heard. Day by day you will continue to progress, and your name will continue to be glorified. Everyone will understand that this is a good organization, that you are doing very good work, and you are showing a very easy path. The tree of Brahmins will grow a lot, and subjects will continue to be created. Many centres will open. Your exhibitions will take place in all the villages. You children have to do very important service. Your new centres will continue to open, in which many people will come and make their lives like diamonds. You have to look after each one with a lot of love, so that those poor people's feet do not slip. The more centres there are, the more people will come and take the donation of life. When you children have made an impact, many will call you to go to them and teach them Raja Yoga, to change human beings into deities. As you make progress, there will be a lot of splendour that God Himself has come in Abu. You children can see there are many international problems in the old world at this time. All of these problems are now going to finish, and you mustn't worry about any of them. Tell everyone, do not worry about them. This old world is now about to finish. Do not have any attachment to it. If you have attachment, if your heart is not clean, you will not have limitless happiness. You children receive plenty of treasures of the wealth of knowledge, and so there should be plenty of happiness. The purer your hearts are, the purer you will make others. Your hearts will become pure with the stage of yoga. You children must also have an interest in becoming yogi and to make others yogi. If you have attachment to your body, if you are body conscious, then understand your stage is weak. Soul-conscious children become real diamonds. Therefore, practice being soul-conscious as much as possible. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now-found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana. 1. Become as egoless as the Father and serve everyone with a lot of love. Follow Srimad. Do not cross out your fortune by following your own dictates. 2. Continue to eat and feed others the nourishment of happiness you have received from the Father. Do not waste your time. Remember the Father with a lot of patience, maturity, sincerity, and understanding, and make your life like a diamond. Blessing. May you be an image of renunciation, and a server who renounces the consciousness of I and remains constantly lost in service. A server will be able to experience success in service when he has renounced the consciousness of I. I am doing service. I have done this service. Renounce even this feeling of doing service. I didn't do it, but I am Karanha, brackets, one who does. And the Father is Karavanha, brackets, one who inspires. Let the consciousness of I become merged in the Father's love. This is known as being constantly lost in service, being an image of renunciation and a true server. The one who is inspiring me is making me do it, and I am just an instrument. To have the consciousness of I mixed with doing service means to be dependent. A true server does not have those sanskars. Slogan: finish all waste, and offers of service will come in front of you. Om Shanti. Invaluable versions of Mateshwariji. The auspicious time of fulfilling life's hopes. All of us souls have had hope for a long time that we have peace and happiness in our lives. So, the hope that we have had for a long time will definitely be fulfilled at some point. This is now our final birth, and it is the end of that final birth. None of you should think that you are still young. Young and old all need happiness. But we also need to have knowledge about what causes us sorrow. You have now received the knowledge that due to being trapped in these 5 vices, the karmic bondages we have created can only be burnt in the fire of remembrance of God. The easy way to become free from our karmic bondages is to remember the Almighty Authority Baba in every breath while walking and moving. God Himself comes and helps to tell us this remedy, but each soul has to make his or her own effort. God comes in the form of Father, Teacher and Guru, and gives us our inheritance. So, first of all, we have to belong to that Father, and then study with the Teacher, and create our reward of happiness for birth after birth. That is, we will receive our status of liberation in life according to our efforts. In the form of the Guru, he makes us pure and gives us liberation. So, understand this secret and make appropriate effort. This is the time to finish old accounts and create a new life. However much effort you make at this time to make your soul pure, the pure record will accordingly be recorded and continue for the whole cycle. So, the whole cycle depends on the income you earn at this time. Look, it is only at this time that we receive the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end. We have to become deities. It is now our ascending stage, and we will then go there and experience our reward. There, deities do not know that they will fall in the future. If they were aware that after their happiness they will fall, then, by worrying about their falling, they wouldn't be able to experience their happiness. The spiritual law created is that people always make effort to ascend, that is, to earn an income for happiness. However, the parts of half and half are created in the drama, and we know this secret. So, when it is the time for us to experience happiness, we have to make effort and claim that happiness. This is the speciality of making effort. It is an actor's duty to act with all his specialities at the time of playing his part, so that the audience says, "Wah, wah," brackets once more. This is why the deities have been given the parts of heroes and heroines. Their memorial images are remembered and worshipped To stay in a viceless household and to create a lotus-like stage is the speciality of the deities. It was because of forgetting this speciality that Bharat has reached the bad state it has. Now, God Himself has come to enable us to make our lives like that. By us holding on to His hand, the boats of our lives will go across. Acha.